Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Catalina Trailblazer 29TH toy hauler. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. First thing I want you to take into consideration is your slide. So make sure that when you park, you leave enough room for this slide to open up. So just make sure that when you park, you have enough room for this slide to open up. And then your water connection is going to be at the front or the off-camp side of your unit, driver's side of the tow vehicle. And your power is going to be toward the rear. So park accordingly so that you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Hitchman is going to go over hitch work with you. Get your hitch undone. First thing you do is level your unit. Now you do get a long unit here. So I highly recommend getting a bubble and sticking it on your off-camp side about the middle of the unit. That way you can tell when your unit's level. Power tongue jack, simply raise or lower until the unit's level. Do you have a docking light on here? Once you got unit level, next thing you're going to do is stabilize it. On all four corners you have stabilizing jacks. 3/4 inch socket. Simply put it on and hand crank these to the right down. You can use an impact driver or a drill gun to run these down. Just slow down when you get to the bottom. Highly recommend jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop in the summer. 34 of them pads down each corner. Run these stabilizing jacks down. Again, these are stabilizing jacks. You don't want to bump it off level. You only want to bring these down until they're taut. Once you got all four of them down, got our unit level and stable, we're going to go ahead and hook up our power and water. Power's at the rear, so I'll start up here in the front with the water. First and foremost, water pressure regulator. You always want to use this water pressure regulator when putting liquid into the unit, except for your freshwater connect. You can use a hose for that. This is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi. You don't know what the water pressure is at the campsite, so you always want to use this to protect the lines. Pop this open, twist this on, hook up your hose, but before turning your hose on, come right next door to your hot water heater. Going to open this up, and all we're going to do at this point is we're going to return our drain, our rod and our drain plug. Make sure that's in there nice and taut. Once that's tight, you can go ahead and turn on your hose. Once your hose has been on for a little while, you're going to come to this pressure release valve, and you're going to pull on that and release the air out of the lines. Once you've got a nice steady flow of water coming out of here, you know that your hot water heater is full and can be lit from indoors. Now there is an on-off down here. It's set to off right now. The only time you're ever going to want to turn on your hot water heater here on the electric element is if you're hooked up to 110. Any other 30 or 50 amp service, go ahead and just turn it on from indoors. Now if you're going to use potable water, if you're dry docking, you can fill this just up with a hose. There's two ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow here. Or two, you can go inside and on your levels check, you can check the level of your freshwater tank until it's full. I'll show you that when we get inside. However, when using Freshwater Connect, that's when you're going to want to use your water pump. Turn your water pump on when using potable water. Do not have it on when you're using city. Got our water hooked up. Let's go to the back. Hook our power cord up. Back here you have 50 amp service cord. Should you need it, in your convenience pack is a 50 to 30 dog bone and also a 30 to 110 adapter. Bring it all the way down to 110. Got our power, water hooked up. Let me walk you around the rest of the unit, show you a few more things on the outside. Here on the rear, on your off-camp side, this is an exhaust vent that you can open from indoors. Your rear stabilizing jacks. Here's your cable and satellite hookup. Again, power. Our black and gray tanks we dump right there. And your slide, the only thing I want to mention on your slides is these are called wipers. And they have a wiper fluid in our store that keeps these nice and pliable for you. That's how you want to get the longevity of life out of those. Coming over here, in front of your slide is your freshwater drain. That's where you drain if you're using potable water. Again, your hot water heater. Your city water connect, freshwater connect. And down here, found the key, you have a shower. Shower handle will actually fit up high. Pull it out of there. Sits up here and it gives you an outdoor shower. Coming around the front, you have a battery disconnect. That'll come important. That'll shut the battery off to the whole unit. That'll come important later when I'm talking about your carbon monoxide detector. Your propane tanks, just want to say that you have a regulator on these. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Open up your tank and you'll see it's green. When that turns red, that means this tank is empty and you can switch it over to the other side. Again, your battery posts, check your terminals, make sure those are nice and tight. You have a safety lock here if you got motorcycles and whatnot, you just want to lock them up outside. Your hitch work in your pass-through storage area. Here's your big awning. I'll show you how far to run that out. And your lights, you have LED lights that change colors. I'll show you that as well. On the outside here on the bottom, this is your furnace heat release. If you run your furnace, steer clear of that, it'll get rather warm. You have a couple of outdoor speakers. This is a vent for your microwave. You can actually hook a TV or some other items up out here. Here's a couple of 110s and a cable hookup. Here's your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. Then you have a low point drain here, which is going to be right back here behind the tires. That's going to be your city water connect drain. Empty those tanks. Do that when leaving the campsite. Another vent for the garage. A quick connect LP. And they actually give you a nice little area to store your sewage hose in this one. Your rear stabilizing jack and a leash link. Your unit is also prepped for a Furrion backup camera. Should you decide to purchase one of those from our store, it's a device that sits on the dash of your tow vehicle, give you a backup camera. And your garage. We'll open all that up here shortly too. Here's your separate entryway into your bathroom. Keep everybody from going through the whole trailer when you just need to use the bathroom. Your solid steps. We'll talk about closing them up when we leave. Coming up inside the unit. First and foremost, I want you and everyone that's camping with you to know where the fire extinguisher is. It's going to be by the entry doorway. In case of emergency, everyone should know where it's at. Coming into your unit now to the right, you have the new Connex ETV. You can use your remote to change the sources. You have an FM radio, a media hookup, television. Let me go back up to TV here. Bluetooth compatible, 3 different HDMIs. Turn on TV, and it's going to tell you to run an auto scan, which you can run off your remote. What I want you to do is make sure this button is in and this is green where your cable goes in. That's a digital channel enhancer. It's going to allow you to pick up more channels. Here's a 12-volt charger. Real quick on your awning. You have a remote control for that. Turn it off or on. To point it at the corner over here to the right. Turn it back on. You can change colors, all on this pad. Go to red, greens, blues, gotta point it toward it though, oranges, or you can go to the demo, which goes through several different colors. You hit that, you got a flash. There's several different ways you can control your awning with this. I'm gonna shut that off. Your awning lights anyway. Coming into the unit, your kitchen is not on the main lights. I mean your dinette, so you'll have this one-touch lighting up here. Show you real quickly how you can turn your table dinette area into a sleeping quarters. Simply wiggle this, and one of two things will happen. They'll stay in here or come in here. Simply twist these out, lay them on the floor. On this ledge, bring your rear cushions, you just that quickly, you have another nice sleeping area. I'll put that back up real quick. This process, I put the feet in, doesn't matter which one goes in. Either one, they're all tapered the same way. Line your two holes up. And press it on your tabletop. And get back to a dinette. Put 110 on the floor here. Before we go into your kitchen on the side here, I want to talk about your 12 volt carbon monoxide detector. The reason I mention this is 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day, you don't have anything hooked up charged in your battery, then go ahead and use your battery disconnect on the front to keep this from running your battery dead. Heat exhaust here. Also on the floor under your stove is your access panel to your fuse box and breaker box. Looks like you got mostly 15s in there. Highly recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Up to your oven. This glass top makes an excellent backsplash. You have a panel light here. So if you come over it and you'll notice, turn the light, hit your spark, and when your gas is on, you'll have flames up here. Turn them back to off. Panel light off. There's a button next to your fridge. Your fridge is now on. So it's an all-electric fridge. Turn it on and off from here. Self-explanatory microwave. Your oven does have a light and a fan. Now let's turn to your control center. Put it in the kitchen on this one. Here's where you check your battery. All your tanks are empty. This is where I said you can, look at your fresh tank. Press that when you're filling it from outside. You can see when it gets full. Down below that is where you turn on your hot water heater. Here's where you turn on your water pump if you're using potable water. Here's your interior lighting, and here's your exterior lighting. If you turn that on and your awning light isn't on, then you'll have to use your remote to turn it on. To the right of that, you slide in and out, and your awning in and out. I'm going to extend your awning for a moment just to show you how far to run it out. I will admit it's hard to see from the kitchen where they put this, but we'll go take a look at it. We're almost there. So I was able to figure out, when running your awning out, you can look out your kitchen window here. Keep an eye on it. And you only want to run it out until that flap falls down to 90 degrees. That's when you know you're out far enough. Also in your kitchen, big dual sink, another 110. In our hallway here is going to be your thermostat. Your heat, just kicked on. Shut that off. You can go to fan, just kicked on. We shut everything back off here. Then you can go to cool for your AC. Now a little quick trick on your AC. When you arrive at the campsite, if it's really hot in here, open up these quick dumps. It allows your AC to continuously cool the cool air. And then when you close these, your vented AC will do. So I brought up the one side. Show you how to bring up the other side. Now if you lay this down for bed, you're going to want to pull these feet down. You can open up both sides and lay this whole thing down for bed. Pull both sides feet down. However, if you want to put it away, bring it down to this position here. You're going to have to lift up from the side, because if you lift from here, it folds up. Lift it up to the wall. Push your feet down. Bring your strap from underneath. And the strap's in right here. You're all set. These are covers that go over top of your windows. You do have a separate hand crank open vent for back here. These are the push out vents I was telling you about. Oh, you gotta push that back at an angle there. That helps ventilation back here. You have your overhead lighting. This is also prepped for a TV back here. All of your tie downs. And big garage. I'm gonna go out back, open up the deck, and show you the ramp. Alright, so your back doors do lock. Key will go in here. Simply pull back on this and lift up on the handle. Normally a two-person job, but one person can do it. Stand underneath it, walk it down. And if you need to use it as a ramp, of course you just unhook these cotters, release the cable. If you use it for a party deck, we'll go inside. Unhook it. This side will roll out. And you'll see over here on the side, I'll bring you around and show you. Same thing over here. Just want you to see how these go in. Same thing up front here. Your door. Down here. Latch that one. Now your door will close. And latch this one. And just that quickly, you got a party deck. You also have a screen that you can bring down up here. Simply unhook the straps, that'll come down, big zipper down the middle. Simply reverse the process on everything. You have to step down or push down on those, and those release real easily. Just remember to fold which side in first. And we'll close that up. Alright, so when everything's closed up, we'll act like we're leaving the campsite. We'll close that up for you real quick. So I've closed the deck up, shut off all the lights except for those controlled by this interior one. Now we're going to run the slide in. Make sure that cabinet door is closed. Make sure nothing else is in the way of impeding this slide from coming in. Last thing you want is that slide catching that door and ripping it off and ruining your entertainment center. I want you to hear that noise. That noise is okay to hear. That's just the slide keeping itself from sliding out any further. Shut off that light. Shut off our interior lights. Exit the unit. Make sure your exterior door is all the way open when lifting these solid steps. As you see, they are adjustable by a cotter pin as well. Simply lift it up into the door. Turn this handle to the side, either side, and it allows it to lock up in there. Close your door, lock and deadbolt your door. Lift and turn this handle. Now your door is secure. Let's go around, empty our low point drains. Remember the one by the tire here? And then back over here on the campsite. Oh yeah, it's up here. Your freshwater drain. Open that up. Come to your hot water heater. Use this pressure release valve, get the water out of the lines. Go ahead and use a socket because this will be releasing hot water. And pull your drain plug, drain your hot water. Go ahead and head on up to the dump station. If you've unhooked your city water, of course. Brought up your stabilizing jacks. Hooked up and head on to the dump station. At the dump station, you can take the hose in your convenience pack. You're going to hook it up and you're going to pull your black handle. That's going to be your handle on the right hand side. After it sounds like your black tank is no longer draining, you're going to come up here. Oh, it's over on the campsite, sorry. You're going to come around to the campsite to your black tank flush. Again, you're going to use your water pressure regulator. You're going to hook it up on here with your black tank handle open. Hook the hose up and run this for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, what that's going to do is that's going to spray out your black tank, get all the nastiness out of there, keep the stink out of your trailer. Go ahead and unhook your hose and head on back around to the other side. All right, at this point, you'll go ahead and close your black handle and open up your gray handle. That's going to be your cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. That's going to wash out your sewage hose for you. After that, sanitarily store your sewage hose and head on down the road. Again, we thank you for your purchase. We hope you guys enjoy this trailer for many years to come. Happy camping.